Tuesday, May 19th, the edge of Forest Heart. It's spring again, and after 5 months of rest, the Legion is once more on the move. Last week we passed through 7 gates into the eastern lands over the cloud spine. The Fallen seem to have abandoned the mountains, but for what reason we cannot tell. The Legion is here alone, camped on the edge of Forest Heart and dangerously far into the territory of the enemy. 2 of the 9 are with us, Kulroy and Mergen, trying to make contact with the forest giants who live in this place to beg their help against the dark. No man has seen one of the giants since the first battle for 7 gates 13 years ago. They helped contain the fury of Balor himself for 3 years, but on the 4th they did not return, and the pass was lost. One of our scouts just came crashing through the brush, winded, and a crowd of excited men has gathered around him. Someone hurrying out of the group paused beside me long enough to say, "Soulblighter is here. Put that in your journal."
Hey, what's going on here? This is a bad start. Hebesictus is basically tearing me a new one here. Jeez.
Soulblighter is here! Our scouts are dead!
Yeah, they really are. Let's see if we can get just a little bit of revenge against this clump of myrmidons. Give them a nice berserker welcome. So this is certainly one way to start a mission. Our scouts off to the east got unceremoniously owned by that Trow and his buddies. Our mission objective is to kill 4 Trow, I guess including that one. It's a bit of a tall order. But to help us out, we're going to have these folks, forest giants. Joining us on this mission will be Stone Roots, Million Leaves, and Yellow Leaves. Looks like we did not get our buddy Morningwood for this mission. You think I'm joking, that actually is one of the forest giant names. As you can probably tell from their names and the fact that they look like big walking trees, the forest giant is basically Tolkien's Ent. And according to our pre-mission briefing, they were present at the previous battle for 7 gates many years ago. But I guess they got traumatized. They've been hiding out here in their forest since then, and not really participating in the war effort. I guess since we've shown up on their doorstep, they are going to help us out here. And in gameplay terms, that's pretty awesome, because these guys are our answer to the Trow. They're about the same speed and durability and attack power as Trow. And as you can see by the way they just walk down this steep slope here, they're actually more mobile than Trow. So, very handy guys to have around. Now if we were playing co-op and had multiple players to divide units up amongst, what we'd probably want to do is split things up so that you could give extra micromanagement attention to the forest giants. Because these guys are so fast and have a big attack, a viable way to play forest giants is just kind of run up to a group of enemy units, whack them a few times, and then run away again before you get trapped. But that does require a bit of attention, and I'm just one guy managing 3 forest giants and a lot of other units, so probably not going to be able to give these guys the micromanagement that they deserve. Now, they are still going to be pretty badass though, so I am not complaining. Now, one thing we don't have on this mission is a journeyman, which has implications for all of our units, of course, but it's a special shame given the fact that we have forest giants, because forest giant is a big old bag of hit points, and healing a forest giant is a pretty efficient use of a journeyman route, even if you can't heal them back up all the way. So you can play pretty aggressively if you have a journeyman with your forest giant, but we don't. We're going to have to be a little conservative, especially because we want to keep our forest giants nice and green to deal with the trow. Case in point, Fractum Atrox here. Alright, the trow looks like he's interested in our tasty archers. Let's see if we can take those off the menu and convince him to concentrate on forest giants instead. Now what you want to do with the trow fight is make sure that he attacks a forest giant, because the forest giant can survive the attack. And then you pile in as many other units as quickly as possible to clean him up. So, we did that pretty well there. Looks like our Zerks are all green. And yellow leaves took a few hits, but that's to be expected. So let's go ahead and set our archers back up to watch for incoming Solus. And that reminds me, I need to find a good veteran archer here. Yeah, Kubasa will do. To give this archer a new name from the forums. So we're going to see if Constantine can stay alive through this mission. And maybe bring him on to the next mission. So meanwhile we have some Myrmidons across the bridge here. So we don't want to just trundle our archers across the bridge. That would be dumb. Instead, let's get our blunt force trauma units set up, ready to go here.
Let's go.
Forest giants are a little bit finicky on pathfinding because they have a larger bounding box than the other units, so gotta kind of keep an eye on them. We're just going to charge on over. To avoid a traffic jam, we'll send the forest giants across the river in the water beside the bridge. Okay, here we go. Bonsai.
I got him.
And got some Solus causing problems over here, but our archers seem to have things in hand. Oh, and a trow joining the party. Great. Let's make sure he concentrates on forest giants rather than berserks. There we go. That was a bit of a close one. I thought he was going to tear into the berserks there, but he was too indecisive. Cost him dearly. Okay, the area looks clear, so let's bring over the archers. Now one thing you have to keep in mind when managing forest giants, or trow, they both work the same way, is that you don't really have as many effective hit points as you think you do. When your health bar gets down here into the red, the unit will be petrified, will freeze up. And they don't recover from that on their own, so unless you have a journeyman to heal them, that's it for that unit. They'll be effectively dead. Although a petrified unit doesn't count against you in the casualties report at the end, so I guess that's a small comfort. So we're going to want to, next time we encounter a trow, have stone roots take him on first. Kind of rotate our greenest forest giant into the fray each time. So we'll just keep on going east. It's a pretty vanilla mission, really. Just search and destroy, find the bad guys, kill them good. But I like it. This is one of the few times in the campaign where you actually get to use forest giants, and anytime you have the opportunity to stomp a giant around and pimp slap your enemies into lots of little pieces, you really gotta cherish those moments. Well, it looks like we just got a bunch of deep water off to the east, and that would be impassable to almost all my units, maybe even the forest giants. So let's not go that way. We've got a ford here, some shallow water. We can take it across to this peninsula or island thing. Looks like a pretty bad place to have a fight with these trees in the middle. Oh, Solus Patrol. Let's back up. I would like to draw that Solus Patrol into my archers. Have they already seen me? No. So let's go taunt them. Because Solus love giants. Alright, here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This shouldn't be any problem. We might need to scooch over a little bit, though. Volley from veteran archers is really a thing of beauty. Perfect. Okay, back onto the island. So we have a lot of myrmidons over there. And some thrall behind them. So where do we want to fight those guys? I don't know if we want to pull them all the way back. Some Solus too. That's annoying. Well, hold on. We have a little thrall ambush in progress here. It's kind of a poor choice on their part.
I've got him.
Because we're going to set loose our Cuisinarts upon them.
Get back up.
There we go. Nice smacking action.
I move.
Now, I'm pretty sure I saw some Solus trundling along behind them, so let's make sure we take care of those too.
I'm moving.
How are we looking for health? Still pretty green. Okay. Well, this is going to be something of a habit. Let's get back onto the island. Oops, not you. I want my forest giants.
Over here.
Okay, now back to our original question. Where do we want to fight these guys? And I believe the answer is we want to pull them into an ambush back here.
Moving.
So let's make sure our forest giants don't get surrounded. It's really the only thing that can get them into trouble. If you get a lot of little units surrounded at them, picking them away, interrupting their attacks, that's new maybe in a bad way. Basically the same as a trow. Okay, can we fit in there with our giganto-enormous bounding box? Pretty much. Scoot up a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's use a million leaves to spring the trap. Come and get me, fellas. Tasty, tasty forest giant. What could possibly go wrong for the myrmidons? Hard to say. Maybe a bunch of smackage. We are taking some forest giant damage here. May not have been the smartest thing in the world to lead with those guys, but we came out still smelling pretty good. So, just to make sure we don't take any more damage than we absolutely have to, let's go ahead and pull these thrall back to the archers.
Yeah.
So, we've got some deep water here. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get in a lot of good shots out. Whoops, especially if we have the archers on stop stance. Let's break them out of that. Yeah, the thrall are being just a little too clever going into the deep water like that. So it looks like we may just use our melee on them anyway.
I'm moving. Die, fools!
Boy, they sure do break apart good. Okay, well I guess we have at least one advantage. We've got a lot of kills for our melee, so that will help them out with their veterancy effects. I think we have finally cleared out this area around the island and across the river here, so let's go ahead and push forward onto this mainland, or whatever this is over here. And until we see some solace, I'm just going to park my archers up on this ridge. If we run into any solace or thrall, we'll pull them back to the archers, but otherwise I don't really want to be dragging the slow archers around with me while we go on our trow hunt. Now I think we've got 2 trow down and 2 to go. I have a bunch of trees over here, that's great. Just the kind of ground I do not like to fight in. We are getting close to the spot where our scouts were originally killed, around this volcano-ish thing. It kind of looks like a head or a face, half sunk into the ground, sort of a totem pole kind of sculpture. I don't know, maybe that's my imagination. Have some myrmidons, just scouting I guess. Let's see, we want to make sure that Stone Roots takes on the next trout we see. So let's ooch over directly east and stay out of the trees and try and find a trow.
I'm moving.
Where are you?
I'm moving.
Am I being too cautious? Maybe. I really don't want to get surprised by a trow and a bunch of backup popping onto my radar all of a sudden when I've got these 2 really wounded forest giants. We're gonna have to go into the trees. No, wait a minute, what's that? That's Hebesictus. I think that's the guy who beat up on our scouts, the bastard. So let's see if we can teach him a lesson. Alright, now we gotta remember to let Stone Roots go in first.
I got him.
Okay, and maybe our berserks can keep the myrmidons off of our remaining forest giants. Okay. Alright, now nobody go charging off anywhere. Let's reset here. 3 trow down and 1 to go.
Yeah.
Oh, we really don't have much of a good choice among our forest giants. We're gonna have to just try to get all 3 of them on him at once. I hope he doesn't have a lot of backup wherever he is. Let's keep ooching around here to the east. Should I have brought my archers? I don't know. They wouldn't have been much good in that fight. I guess we head in towards the volcano.
Yeah.
Up, trow ahoy.
I'm moving.
Well, let's see what we can do here. Come on, guys, take him down. Take him down. Take him down! Yes! Oh, wait, what the... Hold on. That's That's Soulblighter. What the hell is he doing? All our units are celebrating, so I'd better save this. What the heck? Alright, that was pretty awesome. We got to dust a bunch of trowel, and other than these unavoidable kind of screw-you casualties that the mission threw at us at the very beginning, this is our scout party, we didn't have any other casualties. Stone Roots got very, very red at the end, got petrified, but I'm just going to assume that we're going to be able to bring a journeyman in after the mission to free him up. And here's our units that did the best in this mission. A couple of our forest giants, of course, are at the front, but a couple of our archers too, including Constantine. Way to go! And this image on the victory screen is a little puzzling. At the end of the mission, we had Soulblighter come in, and he made most of our troops disappear, except for the forest giants. But here you can see that it shows the rest of our troops, and no sign of Soulblighter, and this thing here looks like the artifact that Soulblighter was holding, although maybe broken or disassembled in some way. So very mysterious. Could just be some continuity errors, I guess, but usually Bungie doesn't roll like that. So let's just go on ahead to the next level and see if that can shed some light on the subject.